Leaving Anduin's camp, I had few things in my mind. 1. How I know it wasn't him that killed Finn and Carbos. 2. Why he's so eager to help me. And 3. Could this Arcanist fever turn to red madness? All those thoughts were interrupted when I stumbled on a woman lying on the road, mumbling in her nightmare.
No, no, you will not take her! Away with you!
After waking up, she introduced herself to be a merchant named Ezra, and she had a small favor to ask for me.
No, I'm not. This ruin over there. You know, I'm a merchant, and my specialties are all kinds of things with historical background. The things you usually find in ruins. Of course, I'm usually not stupid enough to go looking for them myself, but there was this traveler from Ark who told me about this place, the Three River Watch, and he said that it's hardly guarded. Well, since I was in the area anyway, I thought it wouldn't hurt to take a look. Great idea, really. Look, I know we just met, but truth be told, I really got myself into some trouble here, and you look as if you know how to defend yourself. Something terrible happened, and I simply don't know what to do anymore. Yes, my Elfried. She was kidnapped. By the stars, I was so stupid. We were just about to make camp for the night, and I went to search for some firewood. And then, just like that, she's gone. A Vatir. I heard him grunting, you know. He lives in that damned ruin. I tried to sneak in, but it's impossible. And I can't go back to Riverville for help either. That would take way too long. Please, you have to help me. If anything happens to Elfried, I would never forgive myself.
I did not know what a Vatir was, but it didn't sound anything too hard to kill. After all, I really didn't look like someone who had slain monsters before. Once more, I drew my sword and charged into the castle where I would find this so-called Vatir. I conclude that Ezra must be blind, or had hit her head hard when hitting the ground. I decide to hide on top of the wall and wait till Vatir went for hunting. When it returned full of what I hope Ezra's limbs, I carefully aimed, and arrows landed on its soft back, and it froze, like a statue, like Vatirs do. Precious Elfried was saved, and Ezra informed me that Riverville wouldn't be too far away.
Yes, it's all right. I don't even know how to thank you.
I crossed the bridge to the southern side of the river and while following a fox, surprised 3 bandits in the middle of a crime.
Now look at that. A lonesome traveler.
All you
Some
got?
folks just never learn.
Just a scratch. Just a scratch. Lucky hit. Lucky hit. Damn you! Just a scratch. Lucky. Like the bite of a flea.
Sneaking around them for now would be the best option. Against Ezra's advice, I went to Riverville following the north side of the river, and after seeing pools of blood leading uphill to the coast, walking knee-high in the water felt like a good option. Ah, a bear. It would make a nice rock for my home. Scratch that. Okay, so I continued swimming downstream and found an old cave. And then had seen enough of said cave. Finally, I came to shore nearby boat and other fishing equipment. I couldn't be too far away from a household. A few steps north, and there it was. Livestock and a small hut. Safety, warmth, and with good luck, place to rest. Neither the house or the host was warm and welcoming. But I could spend the night here and refresh my food stock that had gone awfully low. Little I knew that all the smell of fresh blood had attracted nearby troll straight to my location. I had trapped one earlier, and I knew that they weren't the smartest bunch. Climbing to the roof would give me some precious time to think. And while I was trying to come up with a plan, the troll managed to get tangled with the nets near the boat. Troll's roar was sure to attract any of its companions nearby, if there were any, ending my plan to camp here overnight. Both Batter and the troll were killed cheaply, and I usually try to avoid that. But if it's a way my chapter could do it, and it makes sense story-wise, I'll do it. I arrived to the location Anduin had marked for me, and surely enough, next to Yero's house was a small strong box thrown to the ocean.
Yesterday, when Sira and I sat under the old oak, she said something I can't get out of my head. The greatest peril in life is forgetting one's own ideals. These letters, the testimonies of my path, shall ensure that I don't. Letter 1, 8171 after starfall. Yesterday, a keeper came into the village to offer me a novitiate. Apparently, old Mother Ilana set forth the matter after she realized I was magically gifted. Grateful as I am, the matter raises a strange train of thought. Maybe, in some grotesque way, it was good that my mother died that day. Why, you ask? Because it opened my eyes. Before, it was my only wish to make Father proud. Father, a fisherman. Now I cannot help but feel anger when observing the village folk around me. Day in, day out, they follow the same routine. Wake up, work, carouse, and sleep. Is this all they want from life? Don't they too take note of the ills in this world and have the desire to change something? Only Sira is different. She understands what drives me, and she shares my dream of a better world. I told the keeper that I will come, but only if she is granted an apprenticeship in Ark. Thank Malphas, he agreed. Letter 2, 8186 after Starfall. 15 years have passed since my last letter. Sira and I now live together in a small house in Ark. It's been 5 years since I undertook the holy trial, but despite what I thought, I did not join the military wing of the Order. Instead, I became a magister. Why? Because the children I teach will shape the future of this world, and because there is enough bloodshed already. 2 weeks ago, the Trinchessa approved Sira's concept of the food bank. It obliges every wealthy citizen of Ark to pay a handful of pennies to the Order, with which the Order will provide a warm meal for the Undercity dwellers once a week. Their reactions embittered me. The decree does not ask for much, yet they protested as though we threatened to take their homes. I will never understand people like them. As sad as this may sound, I am happy. My life provides me with a feeling of purpose, and I still have Sira at my side after all these years. It is strange, even though I know you will never read these lines, it almost feels as if through them I can speak to you. Sira is dead, killed by 2 Undercity dwellers as she helped prepare the food bank. How swiftly these words are written, yet how can I even remotely begin to express this pain, this void? Sira always said it helps to write, yet it doesn't. I sit here watching the ink dry and the letters form the words of a stranger in my own body. I am a stranger when I wake up in the morning. I am a stranger when the sun sets at dusk. I am a stranger when I lie in bed at night. The path condemns suicide as a crime because we all have a purpose in this world. But what is mine? I look ahead and I see 30 winters of solitude. I look back and I see nothing but a trail of broken dreams. Our food bank caused brawls and murder in the Undercity, and the rich forced the Trinchessa to revoke the decree. So tell me, Malphas, is this my purpose? To fail? My thoughts are chaos, and I'm too tired to continue writing.
There was only one thing left to do from my side of the deal. Find Alfred and ask about Yarrow. Then this fever would be contained, as Anduin put it. Let's forget Leonard for a moment and talk about this riddle. At the beginning of a current, a big stone with a raised bleak tree in the west. Maybe I don't understand English, but for me that means a rock and a dead tree near the shoreline. After running back and forth the shoreline better part of an hour, it came back to me. I've been stuck in the same part before. And just like last time, I went to Google and asked some questions. The treasure is up on the mountain, nowhere near the water. This one didn't have a quest markers, but getting stuck on a quests will be a recurring theme, since just like in Skyrim, I won't use quest markers unless I have to. Getting into Riverville might have been a challenge, but leaving seemed to be a bigger one for me. This was what I came to look in Enderal. A new beginning. To start fresh in a small town and live free. Lilliet's beautiful songs echo through Drunken Bee's halls every night. And on its tables, a smart man like me could earn his living throwing dice. It was humble life, but it paid my room and food. I remember General Vendor Kuro Mongerson from my first playthrough, and we became good friends all over again. The fever seemed to calm down, and I really wasn't excited to find this oh so helpful guardian of the light Anduin, or whatever he was. I had even become familiar face that people approach with different tasks that swordman like I could help with. None other as important as the mayor himself.
All right then. I suppose it can't get any worse than it already is. Come, let's go upstairs. Take a seat. Well then, let's keep this short. For 3 moons now, Matilda has been hearing voices. Sometimes during the day, sometimes at night. There is no pattern. According to what she told me when she was still lucid, the voices seem to come from the sea. And it's a mixture of pleading, screams, and weeping. Maybe it is some kind of a ghost, or a magical anomaly. Only Malphus knows. Since the night she first heard the voices, however, her health has been worsening. At first she lost her appetite. Then she started vomiting. To make things even worse, she now has a fever that gets more dire by the minute. Father Vildus is clueless, and even the 2 apothecarius, who quickly passed through the village, said they don't know what's wrong with her. She has even stopped recognizing me lately, and talking to her has become impossible. I don't want to lie, stranger. I just don't know what to do anymore. If it keeps going like this, Matilda will not see the turn of the year.
Huh. And you don't have the slightest idea as where this came from?
No, not in the least. You know, Matilda is such a good person. If it is a ghost that has possessed her, then it must be a cruel one who only wants to see her in pain. And if it's a disease, that Malphus shall be damned for making her suffer like this. I'm sorry. I should not have said that.
It's fine. I understand. I will see if I can find out what's causing this. Do you have any idea where to start?
You. Maybe it helps if you were there for one of these Caesars. I don't feel comfortable about it, but if it could help, we have to give it a try. Just take a seat and wait. And I warn you, this is not going to be pleasant. Oh, Matilda.
No, please. No.
Oh, and here we go.
They are coming. They are coming back. No, 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 please don't. There's no other way.
Bentas.
So?
I think I heard something.
You mean you heard the voices? What are you, some kind of medium?
It's hard to explain. Does the name Penthus mean anything to you?
Pentus? I don't know, but
That was the fisherman, don't you remember? The one who collaborated with the brigands and was killed when he tried to resist the arrest.
Ah, yes, of course. And his companion drowned herself afterwards. Poor thing. But I don't understand. What, by the righteous path, does that have to do with Matilda's sickness?
I don't know. But something tells me that we should follow this lead.
Something tells you this, I see. If the circumstances were any different, I would take you for a quack, trying to win my favor. But you seem honest, and I shouldn't leave anything untested. Meldor, where was that fisherman's house again?
I have a map.
Then give it to him.
Of course, brother.
If Pentus really has anything to do with this, you should take a look at his old house. It should be abandoned. And now excuse me, both of you. I need some time for myself.
This was a urgent mission, and poor Matilda could not suffer no longer. I packed my lunch and headed to the shore. From the map that Meldor gave me, it looked that fisherman's home was near Yero's house. I was making good time on the shore until something stopped me on my tracks. Ominous woman kneeling at Yero's door. I cautiously got closer, and she walked past me to the shed like I wasn't even there. Kneeled over the box and just vanished. Was this the same mysterious woman whom I encountered on the ship? I couldn't be sure. But on the locker where she vanished was a key. A key to Yero's house. House was definitely ruffled down, and when I made my way to the bedroom, I could see blood on the floor. But whose blood? Yero exploded in the classroom, and his wife was killed in the Undercity.
Jael, this is madness! Do you even listen to yourself?
What, do you think I enjoy this? Please, Pentus, don't make this any harder than it already is. Your chances are best if you cooperate.
Chances? In the best case, I will spend the rest of my life in jail. Whoever told you this rubbish is a bloody liar, damn it! And now you...
And now, I will count to 3. If you haven't dropped that knife by then, jail will be the least of your worries.
Oh, will it now? Because you'll kill me, right? Are you so blind, Jael? This guy, he's not from the guard. He's a damned sellsword.
1.
My sir, I think there's no need to.
2. Bad idea.
I am sure, Nira, that's the problem. Otherwise I wouldn't say all this, would I? What should we do?
Nothing.
I beg your pardon?
I said nothing. Whatever Madame Fellowall's reasons were, it's her and this Meldor who have to answer to Malphas in the end, not us.
But
find us. If this Meldor doesn't have a problem sleeping with his brother's wife, then only the Black Guardian knows what he's willing to do to make sure no one ever finds out.
This wasn't Yero's house, but the fisherman's. The visions, the headache, the fever was getting worse again. I needed some fresh air. Stumbling out of the house, I could see her again. She pointed something before vanishing. The island? Could I find answers from there? Or was she luring me into a trap? On the shore I could see boats and fishing supplies. This island was habited by living on top of the possible undead. Dust mixtures, to be exact. Eavesdropping them revealed to me that they've been dusting those blue crystals that I encountered in the cave some time ago. And they are smuggling it inland from here. That wouldn't cure Matilda. But why did the spirit want me here? To kill fellow humans? I had never killed a man before. Wolves and trolls are one thing, but murdering a person? But something compelled me to attack. Fight with no honor. I ambushed them from the shadows, without challenging them to fight. I put warriors in shame by wearing an armor. And I cheated death by drinking a potion.
What? That's all you got?
I was changed man. I had abandoned my ways. I lost my chance to die in a fair battle. Enderal had made clear to me that even with novice difficulty, I couldn't go as a pure warrior, without my potions, poisons, chest armor, or all the other things. From this point on, I can use everything I see fit. But the difficulty level is from this point on expert as a trade-off. Also, I want to point out that it took me over 30 minutes to try to find something on the island before toggling the quest markers on, and finding this near invisible book on a crate. I rummaged through the den and finally found a small notebook that proved to everyone Melfor Featherfall himself being behind the dramatic events surrounding Fisherman and his wife. Hastily to the Riverville. He's surely still in the mayor's house and I can show my evidence there. He's not here. Maybe he's in the inn or something.
Is it important?
Walk blessed.
Is it important?
It was feared and desired. Beggars,
huh? What do you want?
Meldor confessed everything and tried to weasel his way out of the crimes he's done.
Oh, hello. So, did you find anything? Oh, sod it. I never wanted anyone to get hurt. You have to believe me. The whole thing, it got out of hand. Dugar, she never loved him, you know? The only reason they stayed companions was her path abidingness, and that a divorce would have shamed him before the villagers. Yes, we always met on the beach at night, shortly before dawn. That fisherman, he must have gotten up earlier that day and he saw us. I mean, he tried to act as if he didn't, but he did, I'm sure of it. No, I mean, yes, I hired that sellsword, but he was only supposed to intimidate him, maybe make him move somewhere else, not kill him, for heck's sake. Please, my sir, you have to believe me. This sickness Matilda has, these voices, they are Malthus's punishment for what we both did to that poor man. She will never wake up again, I can feel it. And if you tell Dugar the truth about what happened now, you will accomplish nothing. Don't you see it? Nothing but break a man who has already been broken. What the? No! No, help me!
My heart was racing. My face was covered in Meldor's blood. She was gone. But for how long? I knew running wouldn't change anything. But that's the only thing I could think of. Run to the town, to the safety, to the inn, to the pint of frothing ale and to the Liliath. I didn't stop running till Mayor's door closed behind me. I told Mayor everything about Matilda and Meldor, without mentioning the spirit and the exploding corpse of the Featherfall.
A fever. It is gone. The fever is gone. She's still weak, but It's gone. Just like that. What happened? What did you find in that fisherman's house? And where is Meldor? What? By Malthus, I see. I suppose I should thank you, shouldn't I? At least now I know the truth.
How do you feel?
I don't know. What Matilda and Meldor have done, hiring that assassin, it's horrible, beyond redemption. But still, she lives. And Malthus, forgive me my selfishness. I'm glad she does. I am so glad. I need to think about this, but right now, I can't. In my scribery, there's a small casket on the table. Here's the key for it. Whatever is in there, it should compensate you for your efforts. Now, please, leave me.
They were only 200 people strong when Malthus ordered them to come along.
Days came and went in the drunken bee, and no amount of meat could wash away that event on the shore. Nor could I continue like this. How could you throw dice after witnessing something like that? There was this delusional woman who tasked me to search her beauty elixir. She said that the invisible hour thief had stolen it and had taken it somewhere upstream. Magic potion should pay a hefty price. So, upstream I went. Upon entering the cave, I demonstrated just how stealthy I can be by spreading the darkness of the cave. Then, alerting enemies by stepping on a bear trap in the said darkness. And finally, flashing a torch to an enemy, just in case he had still missed me. The ice shots hit me like a northern winds, and I was contemplating turning back. If this was the gate guard, what could wait me deeper in the cave? I'm not quite sure about flames and undead, but the sword seemed to slice them like butter. No skeleton could stand between me and the elixir now.
Nice.
And there it was, Taruti's beauty elixir. And there it was, the Aura Thief. But no spirit or undead was matched for my sword of flames, and while I was standing there victoriously, I heard a voice. A voice that wasn't coming from anywhere, and yet it echoed everywhere.
It was Taruti's own fault to lose it. And had she tried to do anything herself to get it back?
The voice said.
What gives her the right to use you as an errand boy and then pay half of its worth for the trouble? If this land is full of living dead and the spirits, who knows what a simple elixir can do to a mortal man? In the land where even the gods can be killed.
Without a thought, I had opened the bottle and had raised it to my lips. But those last words, what indeed can simple elixir do for you? Tarutis didn't really fill me with trust in her skills earlier.
It is a risky experiment, but at midnight, if you balance the skull on your head for 1 full hour, it might help to reharmonize your aura. Maybe.
If she had proved this elixir, maybe with good luck, I just dropped dead. And with bad, I suffer paralyzing pain here, where no one can hear me scream. No. She would get her elixir, and she would pay the full price for it. It was late when I got out of the cave, and I saw a gleam of light over the hill. Maybe an inn. I could spend their night and head back to Riverville in the morning. On another thought, I felt quite awake, and maybe there's a shortcut downhill behind the factory. And it froze, like a statue, like vatters do.
have the high ground!
Maybe, just maybe, I could get used to be an adventurer